Hello everyone, and welcome to a quick video where I will show you how you can use a variety of Microsoft tools to teach your course without actually using Quarkus. So first things first, you are going to want to open up your Microsoft OneDrive. I like to just do a quick Google search to find the OneDrive link, and then you'll be prompted to sign in using your UTOR ID. So here you can see this is my OneDrive, which has a bunch of folders and files that I've saved over the years. If you're new to OneDrive, you might not have much saved in your OneDrive currently, but this is where you are going to save all of your content that your students send you in an online place. Now, if you're looking to send out an assignment to your student, the best way to do it is actually to use a tool called Microsoft Forms. In the top left corner, if I click the app launcher button here, I should see Microsoft Forms. By clicking that, it will open up Microsoft Forms, which runs very similar to like a Google Forms. Basically, you can send out different templated files where you can have students either answer questions like a quiz, or you can have them directly upload things like assignments. So let's start a new form. So in the top left corner here, you'll see there's a new form button. As I click that, it's going to open up a brand new page here, and this is where I can start customizing my form. For today's example, we'll just call this assignment one, and it will be an essay assignment. You can add as much information to your Microsoft form as you want, like instructions, must be 500 words. And you can put all kinds of other information in there too. That's no problem. And now the next thing you're going to want to do is click on the Quick Start button. The Quick Start button is going to ask which type of file or question you want to ask your students. And because typically students are writing essays and saving them as PDFs, I'm going to use the Upload File button. If I click this, I can say, please upload your essay. You can put a limit on how many files and how big the files can be. You can also make it a requirement. That just means students won't be able to complete the form without actually uploading a file. And just like that, I've basically created my very simple version of kind of an assignment collector. Now you can utilize Outlook to send students other instructions and maybe handouts, things like that. But Microsoft Forms is a great tool for collecting information. And as you saw when I clicked the Add New Question button, you can also ask other questions of your students. You can ask them to put in anything you really want. The Microsoft Forms is going to be collecting their names by default, so you will know which student submitted. But you could ask them to give a rating on how they like writing the essay, that sort of thing. And the other thing I want to share is you want to check out the settings of your Microsoft form. When I click settings, this window over on the left-hand side of the page opens up, and I'm going to ensure this button is checked here. Only people in University of Toronto can respond, and I'm also going to record their name. And you can choose to have one response per email, but this may cause issues down the road if students accidentally upload the wrong assignment. You can also put start dates and end dates on this form. If you were running like a multiple choice quiz, you could shuffle the questions, all that sort of stuff. You can add progress bars if your form gets very, very long. But for the simple way you're going to be collecting an assignment using this form, I think these are some very good settings. You can also allow a receipt of response after the submission. This means the students are going to get an email showing what they have submitted. And you can also check this, get email notification for each response. And then in your Outlook, you'll start receiving messages every single time a new student uploads their essay. Now you're probably wondering, where do all these files go? They're not going to be sent to you in Outlook. This Microsoft form is actually collecting them. So if you go back to your OneDrive, and then you're going to quickly scroll down in your OneDrive and you're going to look for a folder called Apps. In this folder, you will see another folder called Microsoft Forms. So for any of the Microsoft Forms you've created recently, you will see it here. And this is where all of the student submissions are going to go. So if I have assignment one essay, if I click here, click on the questions, I will start to see files uploaded in here as students upload them. You're probably also wondering, well, how do I share this Microsoft form with my students? if you go back to your Microsoft form here, there is a little button up at the top called Collect Responses. And this button is going to give you a bunch of different ways you can share this with your class. Again, assuming we're not using Quarkus and you're just going to be emailing the students, you can actually go up to the top here and you can copy this link and you can paste that into an email and send it to students. You can also shorten the URL if you want and copy it again, share that with students. You can also grab a QR code. So if you want to save this image here, you could post that in your email or maybe on your website or however else you're going to be communicating with your students. And just like that, you're free to start sending off different forms to students. It's a great way to collect assignments, ensure that real students are actually, filling out your form and sending you their essays. And this is just a temporary measure, again, if you're not using Quarkus at the moment. So that's basically it. I highly recommend spending a bit of time getting to know your OneDrive account and where all the files go. Check out other apps that are available to you. Some of them are very common, like Microsoft Word and Excel. But you can also check out, using things like PowerPoint, OneNote, and again, Forms is a really great way to send and receive assignments. And just like that, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to Education Commons. Thank you.